Hello, everyone! Today we're exploring a news article titled Mexican Teen Bullied for Loving Korean Pop Culture. This article highlights a troubling case of school bullying, where a girl in Mexico faced severe harassment simply for being a fan of K-pop. Her ordeal sheds light on the broader issue of bullying, which many students around the world experience for seemingly trivial reasons. We'll discuss the general themes related to bullying, reflect on its causes, and explore some thought-provoking questions about how society responds to it. Let's get started. Before we dive into the details of the article, let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture. Bullying is unfortunately a universal issue, but why do some people become targets? Are there patterns in who gets bullied and why? Let's explore these ideas further. One major factor in bullying is social conformity. Human beings naturally seek acceptance, and those who stand out, whether due to their interests, clothing, or cultural preferences, sometimes face rejection. This raises an important question. How does individuality clash with the desire to fit in? Let's explore this idea further. Have you ever seen someone being bullied for their unique interests? How did those around them react? Do people today feel more freedom to express themselves, or is there still pressure to conform? Social acceptance shapes how we express ourselves, particularly during adolescence, when peer approval is highly valued. Standing out can make someone a target, leading to feelings of exclusion and isolation. In Fatima's case, her love for K-pop set her apart from her classmates, resulting in bullying. Despite K-pop's global popularity, her peers viewed it as unusual. This highlights how social norms vary across different groups. What is widely accepted in one setting can be a cause for exclusion in another. However, the core issue isn't about musical taste. It's about how societies treat those who don't conform. Bullying often arises from a need to assert dominance or reinforce group identity. This extends beyond schoolyards and into workplaces and communities. To combat bullying, we must challenge these ingrained social patterns and encourage environments where differences are valued rather than punished. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll define each word, look at it in context, and go over example sentences. Let's begin. First, let's examine the word crescendo. This noun refers to a gradual increase in intensity, often leading to a peak or climax. In the article, the bullying reached a crescendo, meaning it became more severe over time until it reached a breaking point. Here is an example. The tension between the two nations built to a crescendo before negotiations finally began. Next, we have ostracize. This verb means to exclude someone from a group, often in a deliberate and harsh manner. In the article, Fatima was ostracized by her classmates because of her music preferences. They isolated her socially, making her feel unwelcome simply for enjoying K-pop. Here is an example. A lot of you might have seen someone ostracized for having different opinions. Finally, let's discuss dismiss. This verb means to reject something as unimportant or unworthy of attention. The article highlights how adults often dismiss bullying as just kids being kids. This attitude can prevent serious issues from being addressed in time. Here is an example. The manager dismissed the employee's concerns, only to face a major crisis later on. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. People of all ages bully each other, but middle school-age kids might be the most extreme. Bullies often choose their victims for ridiculous reasons, such as their choices of clothing or tastes in music. That was the case for one girl in Mexico who was a huge fan of K-pop. Her classmates ridiculed and ostracized her for this, even though K-pop is widely popular in Latin America. Things got so bad that she was forced to jump out of a third-story window of her school. Fortunately, she survived and is recovering from injuries. Let's take a look at the answer. The first answer is victims. Those who are different in some way may be labeled and targeted unfairly by their peers. The second answer is clothing. People are often judged based on their appearance, making clothing choices a common trigger for bullying. The third answer is ridiculed. Being ridiculed means being mocked or laughed at, often in a way that isolates someone socially. The fourth answer is jump. This extreme action shows the severity of bullying's emotional impact. The last answer is recovering. Fortunately, despite the trauma, she is on the path to healing, both physically and emotionally. Well done, everyone! Today, we explored the impact of bullying, the pressure to conform, and how small social differences can lead to serious consequences. Now, here's something to reflect on. What should be done to address and prevent school bullying? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in our next session.